Hello everybody and good afternoon. I'm just about to share this video, so if you give me 2 seconds, I will be with you. Let's share it now. So first of all, I just want to apologize for having to delete my live last night, guys. Obviously, my son had come out of the bathroom, so I couldn't leave that video on. So let's start off fresh, okay? So those who don't know me, I'm Kim. I am Chair of Public Child Protection Wales. Public Child Protection Wales is an organisation set up to do exactly what it says in the tin. We are the public here protecting the children in Wales. It's a grassroots movement, a grassroots organisation set up by mostly parents from all across Wales. We've got members from South Wales and North Wales. We were set up off the back of a campaign. We were campaigning against something called RSE, Relationship and Sexuality Education. Why would we campaign against something like that? It's simple. It's because all is not as it seems. It is not RSE. It is CSE. So what's happened is all 4 UK governments have adopted a global framework called Comprehensive Sexuality Education. They all adopted this during March 2017. I've been saying the 1st of March, but it's in March, okay? It was March 2017. All 4 UK governments signed up to this. If you want the evidence for that, it's on our website. Everything is on our website, publicchildprotectionwales.org. So that was 5 years ago. The governments accepted this comprehensive sexuality education. None of us were consulted. None of us were informed. What have we seen since? Well, the governments have been working very hard to make you believe that we've got this groundbreaking, safeguarding sex education, but it's anything but that. What have we seen? We have seen lesson content roll out across the UK, very graphic, very, very graphic. Masturbation from age 4, bondage by the time they're in comprehensive school, sexual acts, and actually lessons on how to perform these acts is absolutely disgusting. Here in Wales, we've got this radical piece of legislation. They have actually written a new curriculum. The Curriculum and Assessment Act 2021 is the legislation you should be looking at. In there, it mandates 4 subjects: RSE, Relationship and Sexuality Education; RVE, Religion, Values and Ethics; Welsh and English. So those are the 4 mandatory subjects our government believe our children need to be healthy, happy, confident individuals. But this education starts from age 3 to 16 with no parental opt-out. It is no longer a standalone subject. It is in every single subject across the curriculum. So no teacher is immune, no school is immune, no lesson is immune. So they're doing something called the whole school approach. So the whole school approach is embedded into every single subject across the curriculum. It is also included in corridor talk. So we are told this is for meaningful relationships, safeguarding, all this, that and the other. But I put it to you that when something is not safe, if we've got this big package, just like if we've got a car, if you've got a beautiful brand new car, but there's something wrong with the brakes, we're not going to drive it, are we? No. But that's what's happening here. We've got this brand spanking new shiny car, which is not roadworthy. It's actually dangerous. But we want to drive it anyway, just because it's got lovely, nice new wipers. Or we want to drive it because it's the latest, hottest thing in town. No, it is not safe. We scrap it. It's as simple as that. So what have we been doing? We've been fighting against this for 2 years. It's been in the making for 5 years. So what you're being given, the frameworks you're being given, were published in January this year, 2 years after we caught the government out. So if you want to find this investigation into the government, again, you go to our website, www.publicchildprotectionwales.org. If you go to the sex education page, you scroll down to the bottom, you will see our correspondence with the government. You will see freedom of information requests. You will also see the 17 pieces of evidence we submitted to the petitions committee. You've got to believe that we tried hard to stop this. We tried very, very hard. Out during lockdown, outside the Senedd, only 5 of us there at the time. We tried everything we could. We took part in consultations. A lot of the country took part in consultations, those who knew what was going on. We rejected this in overwhelming numbers. 87% of us officially rejected it, but the government went against us anyway. What you'll find is a lot of schools don't really understand the magnitude of this. What we're dealing with is beyond their pay grade. So we got people writing the stuff at the top, they make these agreements, these arrangements, and it's been filtered through. So anyone who tells you they were involved in the construction of this education, they must have been there for 5 years, they must have been involved in the talks, they must be working for these big organizations, because let me tell you something for nothing now. People at the bottom don't know what's going on. Anyway, moving forward, we've been fighting this and we have successfully been granted a judicial review. This is the first time this has happened in the UK. They have attempted to do this in England. It was kicked out in a technicality. What this means is we have an opportunity to change things for good. We are the last men standing. Not only do we change things for good in Wales, we can change things for good in the UK. Last one's in, first one's out. There's documents on our website telling us exactly how long they've been pushing this education to come in. We are the last people in Europe to get it. We need to be the first people out to get rid of it. So like I said, we've secured the judicial review. That is going to come at a cost, £100,000. We attempted to get an injunction on this to prevent this from starting in September to the 3-year-olds. We were unsuccessful there, but we were successful in many other ways. We brought this to the attention of the public. It got to the papers, so whether they believe this to be dark or not, people are now aware. The government are putting out statements saying things like our leaflets are false, we are giving misinformation. They've even gone as far as to say they have asked us to stop giving you this information. They have not once asked us to stop, not once, never ever in these 2 years. They have threatened to launch a campaign of misinformation against us, but our response to that is simple. Which part of our presentation is misinformation so we can remove it? The rest has been accepted by a High Court judge, okay? The High Court judge does not accept propaganda, does not accept hearsay, and they certainly do not accept opinion. The High Court judge in their summing admitted that this is a serious constitutional matter. When it's a constitutional matter, that means it's above your teacher's pay grade, okay? So let's bring it up to current times. So the people that's been involved in this fight now, we're all in WhatsApp groups. We're in local authority WhatsApp groups. We have 21 groups out of 22 in the country. We are doing amazing. So amazing that the government has shut the councils down. No councillors are allowed to speak to us regarding this matter, simply because we have the law on our side, all right? The government has attempted to remove your opt-out, but we're going into court to argue that opt-out exists. If you want to know more about that opt-out, you go to our website, you go to templates, and it's the last thing uploaded, okay? It's the head teacher's notice. Read that. The legislation is there. If they don't accept it, don't worry. We will be having a meeting about this on Sunday. You'll be getting another update on this Sunday, okay, of where to go next. They are breaking the law. This is above their pay grade, all right? So if they're feeling rather important, they like to push their weight around or things like that, don't worry about it. It's going to pass, all right? We're going to deal with these people at the end. We've also addressed the local authorities. We are now in the stage where we're going to be complaining. So a lot of people have said, oh, but it's a corrupt system. It's fine. We use the corrupt system to fight the corrupt system because the people who don't realize it's corrupt, it's exposure. It's exposing the system to the people out there who believe in it, right? And that's all that matters. We're exposing the truth. It's not about winning the debate. It's not about proving ourselves right. It's about exposing the facts, all right? The facts are always going to remain the facts. The more lies people are putting out there, the more trouble they get themselves in, all right? So we will be moving forward on that next week. If there's anybody here now watching this, please comment. Help each other out, get each other in your local authority WhatsApp groups. It's about strength in numbers. Parents are being told that they are the only person complaining about this. That is not true. We had over 5,000 signatures on a petition, over 121 names in Pembroke. There's over 400 people in the Cardiff group. You're not on your own, okay? The whole country's up in arms. In actual fact, the entire world is up in arms. If you want to see where this is going, look at what's happening to the children in America. They are practically mutilating themselves. How serious it is, okay? Our children now have something called sexual and reproductive rights. You need to look these rights up, all right? For some reason, the government did not want you to know about your children's sexual and reproductive rights. If you live in Wales, you should be concerned, very concerned, because here we have a hierarchy of rights. Children's rights override parental rights. Now in the middle, we have sexual and reproductive rights. Please look this stuff up. It's very, very dangerous. So moving forward, we're grouping together. There's a lot of work to do, okay? Please don't feel like we're neglecting you. If you feel like we're neglecting you, you need to understand, guys, that your children are not being neglected. We are working every hour that we can to make sure no child is left behind, okay? There has been people messaging us saying, this is the second time I've messaged you, blah, 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 blah. We're a really small team, a very small team. We've been understaffed since June. Now the team is back, but again, we're still very small. This is not our place of employment. This is our duty, and this is what we have to do. And sometimes we have to neglect some aspects to deal with the important things. Like, for argument's sake, if you have messaged twice, you need some information, but I've had documentation from the court. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to deal with not just your message, but the 20 other people just on that platform? Or do I get on with what needs to be done for court? See, so this is what you need to consider, guys, right? The best thing you can do is read up, go on our website, read as much as you can, go on to our YouTube channel, PCP Wales. If you click on more videos, scroll down right to the bottom, the earlier videos, they're very informative. Reshare those, all right? Putting together teams, different teams. Obviously, we need to address things in the system like porn and stuff like that. So we've got a group. We're putting together a focus group for online harms. We're putting together a group for classroom content, media videos, outside organisations, and we also need to discuss what's happening in schools with our children. So we've got children coming home dry and humping people's legs. We've got them coming home stripping off, touching themselves, telling their grandparents what's in their pants. They know now how to have sex. All this is going on. We need to take statements from you, all right? So if this is going on with you, the person taking the statements now is not going to be available till Sunday anyway. So I'm not going to be able to speak to them till Sunday. Email us. Email us. You can contact us through the website or direct admin@publicchildprotectionwales.org. You email us. We need to take these statements now. They're official statements, okay? This is it, guys. This, you don't just have to roll over and put up with this, right? We're taking action. Action is the way forward. So there's lots of you having meetings with the schools, meetings with teachers and everything else. That's good. That's good, because we need to form a working partnership. There has been one school who has done their research and now they've said, whoa, they've looked into it. They can see exactly the truth. They can see where the court has accepted, and now they are on the parents' side, okay? So the first thing, the most important thing is you meet with them if you're going to have a working partnership. If they want to discuss the curriculum with you, the one which hasn't been written yet, the one that they've been making for 5 years, the one which legislation come into force the beginning of September, the one that they haven't done the lesson content for, you're not there to discuss it. You're not there to talk about it, okay? Why would you want to talk about something that's already going on? It's ridiculous. The time for talking was in the 5 years on the run up to this. That was the time for discussions. We tried for 2 years to get these discussions. We put in a petition. We couldn't get a discussion. See that ship? It's sailed. No time for discussions. You simply want to know if the school is going to support you or not. You simply want to know if they're going to honour your parental opt-out. You simply want to know what safeguards are in place for when this goes wrong. And you simply want to know what compensation is going to be available when the courts rule that this was it's an unlawful process anyway, okay? The courts will be ruling that because that is the facts of the case. So you're not there to talk. You're not there to accept, the school is going to filter this out so your child doesn't receive that aspect. The fact is it exists. This thing exists. It's in circulation around the UK. We do not take any risks with our children. None whatsoever. If this stuff wasn't there, we wouldn't have nothing to complain about. The fact that it's here, the fact that it's in some of our children's classrooms, we should all be horrified. Horrified. This is not the time for discussions. The time for discussions was before we were forced to raise £100,000 and take the government to court. Okay? This is where we have the discussions now. We have the discussions once it's gone. All right? We are not open for negotiation. Okay? We are not the children. They don't negotiate with us. We speak for the children. A line has been crossed. We need to put our foot down. We put our foot down, scrap it all, then we start again. Because we are stakeholders in this. That's another buzzword they use. Stakeholders, stakeholders, stakeholders. Who are these stakeholders? Have a look who they are. Let's get some names, yeah? Let's not brand our kids. Or the NSPCC. Or the Children's Commissioner. Yeah, the Children's Commissioner in England has pulled her finger out and is investigating this. Our Children's Commissioner here, their days are numbered. We no longer want them. We no longer need them. Nobody knows what their job is anyway, okay? They will be gone. They've let our children down. Every single councillor being party whipped. Everyone is too scared to stick their head above the water now. We will be coming for you as well. You can lose your jobs, all right? We are exposing this system for what it is. And if you are keeping this shut, you are complicit. You will be held accountable. That is a fact. All right, guys? So moving on, we have the protest tomorrow, guys. Please come and support. We will be in Cardiff outside the railway station from 2 p.m. I then have a presentation in a mosque. So I have to be long gone by 5 p.m. But you guys can still hang around. Please come. Please come. Now is the time, guys. You're not going to get another opportunity. You're not going to get another shot at this. This is an opportunity for the whole of the UK. All eyes are on Wales. We cannot let our children down. We cannot let our country down. All right, guys? This is a Welsh fight. A Welsh fight for the UK. So I strongly advise members from the UK to get behind us because we are not letting your children down. We have got your children here with our children. There are no separations. These borders between countries, they don't exist, right? We don't care about these borders. Borders are nothing, guys. It's all about division. We are looking for unity. When we come together, we become powerful. We become untouchable. That's when things really matter. That's when things happen, okay? Us at the bottom, we do have 100% success rate when we set our minds to things. And this is what we need to do here. We really need to focus. We really need to set our mind on this, right? So, guys, we really need to drive this forward. Forget the anxieties. Remember who you are. Remember who's in charge of those children. Who speaks for those children. You're probably dealing with somebody who's got a degree in history. Somebody that probably hasn't got no children at all. People that don't have very much life experience. They've been fortunate enough to go to college, university, and then straight into a job. That's not life experience. That's not life experience at all. Our systems, our schools aren't places of safeguarding. They're littered with child abuse. Absolutely littered. But people don't want to have these discussions. I do want to be having these discussions. I have been warned not to speak about these things because I might upset the unions. But nobody's worrying about upsetting me. So I'm not worrying about upsetting them. These are the discussions we will be having. These are the issues we will be addressing. And these are the main reasons why we will not allow the government to remove our parental rights. We will not allow schools full control over children from the age of 36 months simply because they can't be trusted. And it's well documented that they have failed our children since the beginning of time. So why would we allow them to make these decisions now? It's just absolutely insane. You might as well send them to the Academy of Savile. It is absolutely ridiculous. We have never dealt with institutional abuse in this country. We never highlight it. We never build policies off those statistics. And we've got an Education Workforce Council that is as much use as a knitted condom. They don't even know the facts of the Sexual Offences Act 2003. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about there, Go and have a look at their fitness to practice panels. Our teachers have been grooming our children and having a 2-year suspension for it. Again, let's go down the route of sex abuse in schools. Look at our page on Facebook, PCPW. Go into the photos. Have a look at the Freedom of Information requests. Over 520 sexual assaults and rapes just in South Wales Police alone on school grounds in 3 school years. That is not good. That is not good. They discuss peer-on-peer abuse. Where is this abuse coming from? Where is it coming from? Children aren't born sexual, as they say. They are not, okay? Children have been manipulated and encouraged into behaving and acting in these, behaving in this way. Yes, they do have access to porn, but why? Why do they have access to porn? Because our government has failed them. The music industry isn't regulated. We start off with a pop star who's the girl next door. Within a couple of months, she's the biggest sex symbol on the planet. Twerking, legs in the air, spreading them. It's all, guys, we've been programmed. Our children have been sexualized. We are all guilty of this, every single one of us, right? And if anybody else was sat here now saying this stuff, people could call them a prude. Yeah, they probably could. But they can't call me a prude because I'm a child of the streets. Nothing is too hot or too heavy for me. I support sex education, a massive campaigner for children's rights used, right? So for me to be sat here saying this is wrong, you better believe it's wrong. This is not a joke. This is not safeguarding. This is feeding our children to the wolves, all right? So I'll just summarize now then before we finish, guys. WhatsApp groups, get in your WhatsApp groups, get connected, get together. There's teachers' letters, exercise your right of excusal. It is on our website. There are other letters there as well. There's letters there that we've used to address the Department of Education. There's letters there to address the school. Have a look at things. Some things are a little bit outdated now. There's still a lot of information there for you, all right? I'll try my best to do as many online meetings as I can for you. But it's difficult. You need to understand we're a really small team. There's a lot going on. There's lots of avenues to this fight. There's the court, there's the grassroots movement, there's the research, the addressing things. Even delegating takes time. And even though there's loads of you out there willing to help and get stuck in, we can't just pass over passwords for the website and our emails and things like that. We've been infiltrated before, guys. This is not us. This is our children. We cannot risk this ever happening again. We need to stay tight, This is what these focus groups are about. So you can all get together. You can all start doing a lot of work. You can meet amongst yourselves. I'll even give you my access to my Zoom for that, so you can stay on longer than 40 minutes. Then we'll have regular meetings and PCP and these focus groups. Let's start getting together, guys, right? Most important thing is now, whatever you're experiencing, we need to know about it. Keep a diary. Everybody should be keeping a journal of things that children are saying, things the teachers are saying, what the children are coming home from school saying. This is how we do it now, guys. You have to keep a diary. You need to be responsible for what's going on in your school. If you think you're the only parent there, then please, please, please start acting like you're the parent of every child in our school, all right? This is not about the children we bring into this world. This is about every child here yet to be born, every child that will be damaged from this education. Can you believe we're actually in this war over an education? Can you believe we're being censored? Can you believe the government has hidden this from you for 5 years? It's an education. It's a world-class education that's going to safeguard your children. Meaningful relationships, being kind. So why have they hidden it? Why didn't you know about it? Why is there still no lesson content? We all know the reason for that. And that's because they don't want you to kick off. Well, do you know what? You should have kicked off at the moment you realised you lost all control of your children from the age of 3. This is not acceptable. It is not debatable. There is only one way out. That is through the eye of the storm. Okay, guys, there's no way around it. If there was a way around it, we would have taken it. But unfortunately, it's not there. It does not exist. Stay strong. We are in this together. We are winning. We will win. We are heads and shoulders above the world. We are making history. No country on this planet is as active as us. No country on this planet has 95% of its local authorities addressed. No country on this planet has had their counsellors and teachers put on lockdown, not allowed to engage with members of the public. That is magnificent. That shows we are winning. That is a massive compliment. Please do not be frustrated every time something like this happens. These are our blows to take so children don't have to. We save this up, and then at the end of it, this is our ammunition. At the end, it's going to be like an absolute machine gun because we just take them all out anyway, right, guys? These are their mistakes to make. Let them do it. Don't forget what we're dealing with here is way beyond their pay grade. Please don't let them push you about. Nobody knows your children better than you, all right, guys? We've all been screwed over, every single one of us. Whether people are man enough to admit that or not is another issue. Us here, we are man enough to admit that we've been deceived, we've been betrayed, but we're also man enough to stand up and do something about it. And that's all that matters right now, guys. You should be out there for your children. You should be in Cardiff. We all need to be at the front line. What are you going to say to your children when they're all messed up? When they've mutilated themselves and they're asking, where was you? Where was you? I know exactly where I was, on the front line, day after day after day after day, and I am not budging until every child in the UK is safe. Come on, guys, we can do this. We are the United Kingdom. We can only win this united, and that is something beautiful. What we're doing here is beautiful. We don't want to be here, but we are here. So let's take this massive negative thing, turn it into something hugely positive, make this country the safest country in the world for raising your children and educating children. That is something to be proud of, and that is a world worth leaving to our children, guys, okay? Thank you all for watching. We'll try and keep you up as updated as possible. See you all in Cardiff tomorrow, guys. As much support as possible. I'll be there on my own, really. Rachel's there to support me, so I'm going to need as much help, support and encouragement from you guys, because don't forget, 2 years ago, we were just ordinary people. We never done anything like this before. We are doing this now. This is our way of rising to the occasion. This is our version of war, guys, okay? And if we have to learn new skills, so be it. Let's learn together. Let's grow together. And let's show up together, guys. We are winning. We are winning this, and win we will. Thank you for watching.